Philip. Ego Circle. Might talk a lot.
Rip.
And this your man, Keith Report, aka Mr. Moscato, aka the greatest man walking the face of this earth.
Rip.
And I'm Trooper Joe, and I'm here to help keep it real. Nick Kilos, Joaquin X, Trooper Kente, One for All, and Mr. 91.3 WCW.
Voice of the voices, where we talk about sports, politics.
That's next week.
Yes. Rip.
Entertainment. We name it. We talk about it.
We're gonna talk about it.
We're gonna talk about it.
Go bird.
Now talking about
And what's going on, Worcester? It's your man Keith Laporte, aka Mr. Moscato, aka Sir Lord Keys the Thor, the most interesting man walking. Well, no, in the streets of Worcester right now. What's going on? Worcester singing bad times, singing bad station.
I'm Trooper Joe, and I'm here to keep it real. And I gotta put in an apology for all the people last week who was offended by the use of the N-word and everything, but you know, it had nothing to reflect on the station itself. That was just something that came up because of the heated issue that it was about. So I want to send out an apology to all the listeners because we really don't have to use such crude, crass type of words to get our point across. So again, I send out an apology to everybody for that.
All right. What up, Worcester? This is Truth 5 o'clock Shadow. Monday through Friday, 5 to 7 p.m. I'm here chilling with the Voiceless. Oh, that's right, on massappealradio.com. Yeah, Truth, you gotta, I mean, the word was used in context of the subject that was going on, but sometimes you have to be careful with when.
Yeah, that wasn't really that professional, but in the moment it was the word that was I was the one who instigated it anyways, and I thought it was.
Yeah, you did say go ahead and say it.
I thought it was the word that was really going to send the most punch to the topic that we were talking about. The topic needed to be really addressed, and it was addressed, and it was talked about, and if we talk about it some more, we won't be using that word because we don't really have to use that word to make our point.
Right.
Yeah, the N-word.
The
N-word. You know, I remember that was known as his album. Yeah. All right, so let's we got some topics. I know Troop had a topic, and I got a topic. So what do you want to do, Troop?
I had a couple topics. One, I wanted to talk about the transgender issue and stuff. I think that really hasn't been fully investigated yet by us to bring out to the people. And it's a very powerful issue. It's got a whole lot of different kind of takes on it. I really don't get it. You know, I've been looking at the kind of the I forget the word now that they used in the scientific vernacular. No, there's a big old word that they like to throw around that nobody in the world knows about. But you know, about the transgender and what they do to little kids that's born with like maybe two different genitalia, you know, and so.
Hermaphrodite.
Hermaphrodite.
No, it's not a
Two
hermaphrodite.
genitalia.
It's not a hermaphrodite.
Well, that's a person who's born with both sexual organs.
Yeah, but this isn't the word that
Right.
they use.
Okay.
So, you know, and then they're doing these operations on these kids, and, you know, and the kid doesn't get a chance, they're saying, to choose whether it wants to be male or female when it grows up and stuff, and the psychological impact of that if, you know, you choose wrong, and then, and so, I don't know, it's just a big, crazy kind of issue and stuff, but the political issue here with the bathroom and the showers and all these kind of going on, I think that's something that really needs to be looked at because I don't understand it. You know, it's been going on forever, and the bathroom is a private place, and if you identify as a boy, but you were born as a girl and you're going to school and stuff and identifying or being identified as a girl and stuff, and if you have to go to the bathroom, go to the girl's bathroom. if you're a guy, go to the guy's bathroom. And the only way I can see that type of thing can be corrected is they have one bathroom for transgenders and one person can use the bathroom at a time. You know?
Okay, so there's this girl that I know. Shout outs to Abby Kroback. She's really big on things like this, and she educates me a lot on this thing. So one of the things, and also Mike, Dred saying Mike will be here in a little bit. I'm thinking. So why don't they have rules to ban people convicted of sexual predators? Why don't convicted sexual predators? Why aren't they banned from bathrooms?
Well, I don't know about say. I know that you have to register as a sexual offender.
Right. Yeah. But we're not banning them from bathrooms. So is it really about the safety of the kids if we're not banning people who've been convicted of being sexual predators from bathrooms?
And then you talk about the bathrooms, I would say, has anybody asked the transgender what would they want? Like, they want their own. Well, what did they say?
The transgender kids have a real psychological problem. Some of them kids, like, you know, the girls that are really a boy in every makeup except their physical makeup, they have a problem with, they don't want to grow up and be developed like a woman, you know, and they're suicidal and stuff like this. So there's a lot of craziness that goes on with those type of kids.
Social makeup. I guess I want to talk about how do they feel about the bathrooms? Does anybody, do anybody know how to, you know? Well, transgender said, "What I want to use a bathroom that I feel
they want to be treated equally."
So if you want to be treated equally, then they don't have a problem with if they feel like a woman going into a woman's bathroom, or if they feel like a man going into a man's bathroom.
Whatever they identify with.
Now, how do you feel? That's the question.
So this is a question.
How do you feel?
Right. Joe? And this is a question that was asked to me. On the 5 o'clock shadow, Monday through Friday. Okay, no, this is what was asked of me. Seriously, someone said, "What if your daughter went into the bathroom and came out and said, 'Daddy, I just saw a woman's penis, or I just saw a penis on a woman in the bathroom.' How would that make you feel? Your 7 or 8-year-old daughter that I can't go into the bathroom with her, so she goes in there by herself, and she comes out and tells me that. How would that make me feel?" That's what kind of put me on.
If my daughter that don't make sense.
No, it does, because Caitlyn Jenner's a transgender, but Caitlyn still has a penis.
That's what I'm trying to say. So, and I was listening to somebody's opinion on it. Wanda was talking about when I come out the stall, my pants are halfway down and not zipped up and so forth, like she's getting ready to get fixed. Yo, you shouldn't see penises in women's bathroom, period.
Right.
I don't care if you're transgender or not. But you don't. So do you understand? So if a transgender is in a woman's bathroom and you see their penis, they need to be locked up. Like they need to be that's a crime. But the whole point of putting a transgender in the bathroom ain't for a transgender.
You're thinking about just a standard bathroom, but what they're trying to pass, they pass it in schools where the students play sports.
The code of etiquette.
But when you go to a gym, the same thing. Even when you go to a gym, and the dudes take showers when they go into the gym and get in and out. Women take showers at gyms. Planet Fitness.
We're talking about bathrooms now. I'm talking about.
But bathrooms apply. That is a bathroom. That applies to that too.
Locker room is not a bathroom, true.
It is.
I understand people go to the bathroom in the locker room, but a locker room, if you go into a locker room, the expectation is to see.
Well, the law applies to places like Planet Fitness.
You're going to see naked people in locker rooms.
Right.
You're not
and that's the problem.
You're going to see naked people in bathrooms.
The issue is that they want it not just in bathrooms and locker rooms and all that. The bill is to have the transgender people, whatever they self-identify with, that's the bathroom that they can use. The bathroom is the captain world that takes in locker rooms and all kinds of different type of things like that.
Well, yeah. Well, then you need to start talking about then what are we going to make, I guess, mandatory for things like what systems are we going to set up for things like you just said for a young girl or a young woman to go into a locker room and not be traumatized, because that's I don't know.
Well, see, there's more trauma than that too. You know, once they self-identify as a transgender, you know, kids are bullies. Kids are kids.
Cruel.
They're cruel. A little boy goes in there and he's identifying the girl, so they want to pull down his pants to see what color underwear he's wearing or something to that effect. So they got a hard type of existence. That's what makes this situation so tricky. You know, but I feel like if they just have a transgender bathroom, where there's just one stall and you gotta wait your turn to go inside. And if it's really that desperate and everything, if on your birth certificate you're a female and you're wearing your clothing as a female and stuff, and everybody sees you as a female, and you really have to go to the bathroom that emergent type of way, go in the ladies' room. You've been going in there all along anyway. So I don't get it, but everybody wants to have all this. I don't even know what you call it, social rights of self-identification and stuff. But I think it's really putting a hurt on some of the kids who, maybe they go through their life not letting it out, but then when it comes out, that the parents out there, the people who's marching in the street, the gay and lesbian community's not there. That kid has to stand on his own sometimes to fend off all these people who want to tease them and bully them and stuff. And I'm sure that's a harsh environment. I know I wouldn't want to be part of that environment, to be teased and looked at like that. Everybody wants to be same as a kid. Yeah.
And I don't like that. I hate that conforming as a kid. Yeah, you don't teach kids to stand on their own.
Well, they can stand on their own, but everybody.
No, I'm talking about being themselves. Like when kids start to understand that, I'm different, and I see the group of kids over there doing something, and they look like they're having fun, but I don't like what they're doing to have fun. Now I feel kids would pull back and say, let me not be so different and let me go over there and have fun, even though what they're going over there to have fun is lighting the house on fire.
Well,
that's what I'm thinking.
That's totally different, because that's a choice. That's an active choice on these kids here. They're born, and they're born with some kind of malfunction down below, or added function, and they really don't know who they are. On the outside, they may look like a boy, but on the inside, they're a girl, or vice versa. They may look like a girl, and on the inside, they're a boy. And they want to, later on, they want to go through life like that. I don't think they're homosexual, though. I don't know.
Confused.
They're just, I don't know what they are.
Well, I'm just saying, I know in that midst of confusion, adults, us as adults, whether we're the parents or we're the ones providing support and advice, we're cruel too. We really, so if we have a kid, I already know as parents, just that uncomfortable conversation would be, what do we do? Do we turn our son and daughter into a son, or do we turn, what do we do? And do we wait and allow him to take that trauma to his ego and his character? I don't know. That's hard. That's hard because as a parent, you need that support. Yeah.
Well, I just think I honestly, from the bottom of my heart, think that grown men who are overweight should be able to get liposuction for their boobs.
Lipo for the boobs.
What does that have to do with?
I don't know, but on the transgender thing, because it's not the kid's fault anyway. Science is now leaning towards it's more the woman's fault, because there's an extra X given at a Y chromosome on number 27 or something to that effect. And this is what's causing, they believe now, this is what's actually one of the root causes to people being homosexual in the first place, is that extra.
Wow. I don't think it should be blame on anybody, unless the blame is to do something maybe to fix, to fix the chromosome issue.
Is it, well,
I'm sure they're going to be getting down in the research and find out whether they should be able to remove that extra X chromosome that's on that Y chromosome, which is the one that says, okay, here, you're going to have a penis, or here, you're not going to have a penis. So now they got a X that's saying, well, you're going to have a clitoris, and now your body just say, what the hell's going on? I don't know exactly what's going on. What bathroom to use,
And I think to my point was that we don't help. We don't help because either we're uninformed, or if we are informed, we're scared that giving, I guess, a kid that type of information or trying to put them in a place to deal with that is too much, I guess.
I think it's too much for kids.
Yeah.
Look, there's a guy in Massachusetts, the first ever penis transplant was performed in Massachusetts last Thursday. Yes.
Formed in the United States.
In the United States. Now, the first one happened in China. You know what happened a couple weeks after the guy got it done? He asked them to remove it because it was messing with him psychologically. Now, the reason why I say that is a lot of transgenders could go through getting the operation done and regretting it as soon as 2 weeks later. Now, this guy is a guy and still a guy, and he got a penis. Now, for me, why would I turn that down? That's extra for me, so why would I turn it down? But he turned it down, and he said because of psychological problems. And still.
But there's one other guy who had a penis transplant, just fathered a child. Yeah, so.
That's deep. I think this is news
So, but
to me.
this guy in Mass General, he lost his penis to cancer and stuff, so.
Well, all men who've been circumcised, now that we found out that you don't need to get circumcised, it used to be like you should get circumcised, you have a better chance of getting an STD. But now that they found that that's not true, I want my stuff back.
You want your stuff back. Your stuff back.
When you get circumcised, they cut a piece off. So now that they can
go buy a
transplant.
penis.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't got to want your stuff back, go buy a new penis.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I want to do now that they can do it.
That's crazy though. That's advice. Go buy a new penis.
That's stupid. But that guy, he's a happy guy now, and it is a scientific breakthrough for the United States to I don't know what they did to make how it's going to work or whatever this is going to do. I have no idea about that. Nor do I really care.
Well, it's big for Massachusetts because it goes down in history, so it's big for Massachusetts.
It is a history type going on thing.
That's deep.
Yeah, and it will do something for some of those transgender people. They might have been born with that, like I say, because of the X chromosome on that Y chromosome. They might just have a little itty bitty tiny penis and stuff, and now they can get that enlarged to where they feel more manly and stuff because they were feeling manly in the first place.
I'm sick to think of that reality, but it is.
This is real stuff.
Because the size of someone's penis,
science.
the size of someone's penis is
I'd like
really.
a supersize, please.
Let me get right now. I went from a 9-inch to now I got like 18 inches, and my brain. You think you King Kong, bro?
What are we talking about today?
You understand what I'm saying? Like,
I was talking science. I don't know what you guys are talking. I was talking total chromosomal dysfunction. There's an extra something on the chromosome that shouldn't be there that's having an adverse effect on the phenotype of a person, and that effect is coming out in the genitalial area. That's what I was talking
about.
about.
Call me Little Bill no more. I know that.
That's nuts. See, that's crazy. And that just killed my topic. I don't even go into my topic right now because it's just wow. But that's America though. It has you thinking that the bigger that size matters. Size and money matters, right? The bigger your house, the bigger your car, the more bigger bank account you got. Like
that's the mindset of a lot of countries, especially
but that's
Western
why people
countries.
aren't happy with themselves because they really are, not even knowing if they're that type of person where size matters to them,
Well, yeah, but it's just not men, it's women.
Women?
More women than men. They get breast augmentations, butt augmentations.
What is it? The last little whorehouse with Dolly Parton and I think it's Burt Reynolds.
I don't think that's fair to say more women more than men because women have more of that stuff available in medicine.
Yeah.
We just getting penis transplants.
But you can't walk around with well, I guess you can walk around with your pants halfway down.
Yeah, we can't go. I'm not able to go to no doctor in California and say, hey, yeah, can we get this worked on or anything like that. Women can do that. We don't have silicone.
Plastic
surgery right there on Salisbury Street.
Yeah. And there's big money in there. That's the big money in the breast augmentation.
But see, that's one thing I hate. Like, don't get to really love yourself and get to cutting yourself all up trying to look good. Just love yourself.
Well, that's the way men want women to look. So
they got
some of them have low self-esteem, so they feel like they have to go do this.
Keith, let me ask you a question. If people were able to do what you just said and love themselves, would there be such a thing as transgenders?
And that's the craziest thing. So I'm watching Black Ink, right?
Yeah.
And the chick, it's nuts. The chick was talking about loving herself, talking about how just the societal norms within that, then she's breaking them down. You know, like as a transgender, you know, she got surgery, right? But she was trying to explain that the surgery was more. It felt like more for her to feel in society. You know, she still loved herself, but she said her having, you know, her being confused as a young kid and being in that environment as a transgender, you know, kind of confused her, and she couldn't understand herself. So she felt she used to harm herself. She used to sleep with dudes. She used to do a whole bunch, degrade herself, you know, because she couldn't find herself. And then when she actually found herself, she accepted that part of being confused and knowing that, yo, I'm a woman, but I think like a man. And, you know, did a lot of research. And when she ended up getting the surgery, her point of the surgery was saying that I love myself because, you know, I love myself and I'm doing this surgery because I want to give myself another chance. Like, this is like my second chance at society accepting me again. And I think people look for that, though. People really do.
I don't know.
Do you think it's a sign of loving
Can
themselves?
you love yourself
Do I think
and love
what's the
society?
sign of loving yourself?
Do you think that if everybody loved themselves on Earth right now, do you think there would be such a
There
thing
wouldn't
as
no-
transgenders?
Or gay or nothing. No, people would just accept it and respect it.
Well, I think that there would be such a thing as transgender or homosexual because now it's a proven fact that it's a malfunction on a Y chromosome number 27.
Okay.
I believe it's number 27. So
Okay.
would they exist? Of course they would exist. But
Okay.
would society more accept them for who they are?
That's the question.
The more the question is not whether they're loving themselves, but whether society is able to accept them just as who they are, accept anybody as who they are.
Another thing is you called it twice. You called it a malfunction, or not a malfunction. You called it when you the Y chromosome. What were you calling
Yeah,
it?
on that, part of that chromosome, I believe the number's 27. I
Yep.
could be wrong, and it is the Y chromosome that really tells that men that you're going to have a penis.
Right.
That's what the function of that chromosome is supposed to do. But somehow during a recombination of the DNA sequencing
Yep.
and all this stuff, X from the female gets implanted on there too. And
Okay.
because of the two chromosomes, now in some cases they're born with two different physical identities.
Genitalias, yeah.
Yep.
Genitalia. So this is what they're saying anyways. No, folks out there, I really don't understand it myself. I'm kind of parroting what I've read and looked up and stuff. I don't have any scientific knowledge in that area, but I did read this stuff, and it made sense to me because I know those chromosomes and a recombinant thing that takes place when the DNA, all your genes come together. That's why everybody looks different, even though you come in the same family. And say, well, I'm gonna go to black and white. Say you had a great grandfather that was white, and a recessive gene, the white part of his never came out in the melanin. But here you go, 4 generations later,
You see.
you got a white baby.
Well, it was 'cause it was
Milk
in the-
man's getting beat up.
Yeah, 'cause it was in the gene, so I get it.
All kinds of things, and it's because of great gramps.
So within your DNA and your genetic sequencing, something goes wrong. Irregularity happens.
Yeah.
And right now, what we're talking about is if
If
everyone respected each other and loved each other, loved themselves, would it stand out? You know what I mean? Would someone who is gay or someone who is transgender, would that stand out? I don't think it would. I think people would love it and respect it. You would have to.
And in the house.
And I don't know. I think people I don't understand. A lot of it's the news media. Because I was reading this morning in the paper about the increased number of women that's doing. I just built the quick story that's doing racing and stuff like that. So they're participating in races and stuff. And then they mentioned in the article about the organization Black Girls Run. Then they had to spend in the same article 2 paragraphs apologizing for the word girl. It's like, I thought this article was about women that are running more races now than men.
You ever called a man a boy? You seen a response?
Yeah, but it's like this is the name of the black organization, Black Girls Run. Why are they? that's their running group.
That's a valid point.
There's 62,000 of them.
They name themselves that?
Yeah,
And so who apologized for using the word girls?
the Wall Street Journal
I
was
agree.
apologizing for using the word girl instead of just staying to the topic on at hand was about the number of women that are doing running as opposed to the number of men that were doing running.
That's deep.
Well, this is what the world thinks of, so that's that like for that there was for like being accepted and things like that. There's no need for that. So there's no need for a whole lot of stuff that goes around in the world, especially like with the transgender and stuff. Been going on forever. Nobody really cared.
Say Mike, Jay Thriller, Mike Talk Like Negro Spiritual in the building. I was coming out, I was listening.
Feeling small.
Hearing some of the crazy things that they said, I'm like, yo.
Yes.
I mean, some of it's cool, but like the notion that if people loved each other, that there wouldn't be trans people. Like
Now,
that
well,
was a real
That was
question.
a question. That was a
It
question.
wouldn't be heightened. It wouldn't be a phobia for people. We would respect it. You understand what
Right.
I'm saying? If you loved yourself,
But there would still be trans people though.
yeah,
It'll
no
still
doubt.
be
But it
trans.
wouldn't be-
Trans isn't based
It's
on.
not like
love.
look at them. It's not like them. It's how you doing, brother?
Right.
How you doing, sister? And that's what
Well,
it is.
a lot of trans people don't even like either one of those labels.
Yeah,
They're,
but
they're,
what
they're just
society
I'm a
has
person.
trashed.
I'm a
I don't like
person.
chocolate ice cream. Let's get over what we don't like.
Okay, so then if we gonna make up labels and identities, I just get to call you whatever I want to,
Yeah,
right?
see, no,
No, that's the problem.
Bring that in.
Oh, look in the Bible.
Yeah, hold on.
Listen.
Now we got the
That's how you start off crazy when you
In the
start with the
Bible.
Bible.
in the Bible.
In the Bible, people were just called people. There were no labels. They were not called this or they were not called that. They were respected for what they were and what they were born with. And I just wish, if I made a statement that I said I think a man and a woman should only be allowed to be married, I should not be labeled as being a hater or hateful or a hater of same people of the same sex in relationships just because I have an opinion. Can a brother have an opinion or answer a question without being labeled something
No.
because of it?
No.
Yes.
No. If your opinion or statement dehumanizes my existence or belittles my existence or lessens my existence, then you cannot have your opinion with impunity. You are going to get a response to your opinion. So when your opinion says, "Hey, God, the Creator intended it to be this way," you're not really in it, but that's okay. He'll love you anyway, maybe. Then no, you can't say, "Hey, can I have my opinion?" Because that opinion just killed me.
But you
No.
know that's where we get stuck at. I was talking. Shout out to my man Wayne Anderson, talking to him this morning, and he was talking about that the natural evolution of let's get to the point where we have a solution to the problem and we're working on that solution to the point where if we both have opposite opinions. How do we get to a common place?
They are there now.
It's like impossible now for that to happen. You know what I mean? When people say that, you know what I mean? It's crazy because
So let me ask you a question. So if like because this is a concept that kind of baffles me sometimes. Where folks want to be able to find a middle ground on opinions or something.
It's not even just opinions. It's usually
because what if
what
my
you
opinion?
stand
What if my
on.
opinion was that Keith LaPorte should be dead right now? You think there's a middle ground on that?
Oh,
No, let's go.
let me get in it. Let me get in this. Let me get in
You see how crazy that
Let
sounds?
me
Like,
get
there's
in
no
it.
middle ground. on that.
No, but you see, you're going to an extreme. There's a big,
No,
there's
it's
a
not.
big,
Yeah,
there's a big difference between I think marriage should be between a man and a woman, and I hate Keith LaPorte should die or all gays should die. There's a big difference.
No,
extreme.
to you because you feel like you because you fit into that box. You're in the normal box. You're in the accepted. To the people who don't fit in that, there's not a big difference. And that's the problem. Y'all don't do it. You keep.
Did you guys hear me say I think I don't care why it's using the bathroom a big issue. It shouldn't be a big issue. Everybody should use the bathroom. I don't fit in that box.
That's still no, because you're married to a woman. So you can say I'm living the way that God intended life to be. But a man who's married to a man or a woman who's married to a woman, you're telling them they are not living correctly. However you want to candy coat it or throw cotton swabs on it, you're still telling them that they're not living right.
Yeah,
Wrong. I don't. I'm not saying that. There are certain things in the Bible. There are certain things as a person that I don't necessarily agree with. I don't see the point of it, but I just go by what it says. That does not make me a hater of other things. Now, if you want to label me, you can label me conservative. You can label me a conservative Christian. You can label me, you can even label me ignorant. But to label me as hating someone else because I don't agree with everything that they agree with, that I think that that's wrong.
If I tell you.
Well, Mike, please help me understand this. So your opinion is I should die, and
Yeah.
you're telling me, in my opinion, your opinion is I should die, and my opinion is no. So
To truth
where
say
do you
all
go
of
from
us-
there? Where do we go from there?
There's no middle ground.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So that opinion is really. I'm talking about opinion like, yo, yeah, you a black man, and you ain't never going to do nothing because you're going to be in your own way. That's my opinion. You have an opposite about that, then you argue that. Then where do we go from there? You understand what I'm saying?
There are some things
if
that
you fall in that category,
man.
but I'm just my thing is where do we go?
There are some things that have a middle ground, and there are some opinions, quotation marks, people that call opinions that are no middle grounds. And because we feel like that's not that bad, we project that on other people and say, "Hey, you're overreacting to that." But when you're saying something like God, there's a person who believes in God.
Yeah.
There's nothing bigger than that.
Yeah.
There's nothing bigger than that.
Someone
And to tell someone that they are not fitting into that is absolutely excluding them from the people are social beings.
So we're talking
It's like
about
one of the
being
worst things you
offended
can do. Have you ever
Or
seen?
being offended, then you're talking.
No, it's not about offended.
It is. The degrees of that opinion that offended you.
There's actual psychological damage more than just being offended. You didn't hurt my feelings. You excluded me. If anybody's here is familiar with the hierarchy of needs, one of the biggest needs is the need to be socially included. Human beings are social animals.
Is it socially? Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Human beings
It's
are
part of
social
society.
animals.
Yeah.
You exclude. You seen Castaway. The man was so desperate he made a friend. That happens all the time. You've been to prison. You know what happens when people go in the hole. So you can't tell somebody just because you exclude somebody, I'm just hurting your feelings. It's more than that. And this is the privilege that you're sitting in. You're telling people, hey, you're taking that too heavy. You're making too much of that. It's just my opinion. It's not your opinion when you're speaking with the masses and you're excluding them. It's more than just an opinion.
All that being said, that does not equate a person who does exclude someone hating them. Because now that there's a law, it's a law.
Racists are haters then.
No, wait. There's laws that men and women and women can get married now. So if someone asks me, can a man and a woman get married? Yeah, it's the law. I don't see what the problem is. Why did I have to hate them before then? But now that I agree with them, I'm all of a sudden not a hater.
But you're not really.
You're
like it's the law. Like there's nothing I can do about it.
Right.
But if it was up to me, it wouldn't be the law.
So you think?
So you're saying
so
something
if I don't agree with your thought process, then I'm a hater.
If it's like this, here's what I'm saying, right?
Okay.
It's more to the intention.
It depends.
It's more to the
what that thought was, from what I'm hearing.
Right.
I agree.
It depends if that
I agree
thought
with that.
is past being
How heavy,
offensive.
right.
And it's like
I agree
you're
with
not
that.
even looking at me as a person now.
Right.
You're actually spitting in my face with what you're saying.
Right.
I can dig that, but my thing is if that's the case, your reaction in an extreme way wouldn't help that situation.
And the key word is in an extreme way. If someone doesn't think
Who's
that
defining extreme?
now we need to find a definition for extreme.
So are you telling me
It's
right now?
different.
There's 4 people in this room, and
Right.
I can tell right now we all don't have the same definition
No,
of
we
extreme.
don't have the same extreme.
Right,
No.
but what we do have a definition of what hate is. We
Apparently we don't.
No.
Apparently we don't.
Degrees of hate.
Okay, yeah, right. Degrees of hate. Okay, good.
Right.
Good.
Yeah.
Right.
So I can dig it, but like I said, I just feel that in that process, butting heads on, like I said, somebody like really spitting in my face. Yeah, I'm gonna swing on you.
It's impossible
But
to say
after I
it's
swing
impossible
on you,
to say that I
I'm
hate a person because they're gay. If I don't really hate if I don't hate
don't
people.
really hate
Right.
that person. You
Right.
just hate
This sounds like white people
Yeah.
say I don't hate black people, but they don't.
It may sound like that, but it's not the same thing.
I don't hate black people. Should black people be able to
Just
drink from the
know
same
by
water
law.
fountain? It's the law.
Yeah.
It's the law. Yeah, they should be able to drink from the same water fountain and use the same toilet. It's the law, right? But what you're saying is the law. You're really saying if it was up to me, it wouldn't be like that. But it's the law, so I'm gonna pick my
Yeah,
battle.
we gotta pay some
Yeah, but
bills.
you're-
'Cause I want to continue. Yeah, that's crazy. Go ahead.
Wait. What you're saying is absolutely correct, but what you're saying absolutely has no end to it. All you're saying is what exists.
Yep.
What are you gonna do about it?
But
But you said several times, you know, well, you don't agree with it, but what are you gonna do about it? That's the whole thing, and if you're gonna just, if people are just gonna accept it and find their little social group there where they can go hang out and talk about it in the negative or in the positive or in any other thing, but have no end result to it, then it's just gonna continue on down the road. You gotta put some end to it. I'm gonna do this about it. I'm gonna do that about it. I don't like it. And I'm going to make sure that anybody who wants to talk about it in that regard knows that I don't like it, no matter what the risk is. It might cost me, what am I going to put up? It might cost my life, it might cost my wealth, it might cost my shoelaces. I have no idea what it's going to cost me, but I'm going to put myself and my character where my mouth is.
When we come back from the
Yeah,
bumper,
come back to the
when we come back from the bumper, I want to talk a little bit more because the listeners probably gonna think I'm a hypocrite after this because I'm a humanist. I'm pro people, but I have some issues with trans folks.
Okay, I got a pee. We only got one bathroom.